back, everybody. It's Eric from the MMG. We're back for some more of The Outer Worlds 2. We got a little sneak peek or early access to the game. Shout out to Xbox for hooking us up with this game. Very excited. This is about episode 3 if we're counting episodes, but how this game goes is, it's not necessarily episodic. You don't have to follow along completely, but still early on in the game. I'd say about hour 3 maybe. We just landed in this town, doing some exploration, meeting some people. Quest markers down here, you can see, ask the minister about Tavares. I think we're going to go and do that. We were kind of talking to people in the town, exploring a little bit. I did find something really cool. I forgot I was going to show you guys this. There is a terminal here you can interact with, and you can pull missions from it. So you can pull local bounties. There's one to kill some drone swarms. Take it.
Every episode, I focus on a
Tells you where they're at.
to tell you the risks.
So the drones were last seen in the hills around the Ministry of Accuracy.
The rewards.
So we have that diabolical drones of doom. First, we're gonna go talk to this quest real quick to see what she wants us to do. I'm sure she's gonna have something she needs us to do next.
Auntie Cleo says the universe is full of things that want to kill you. But what doesn't
Yet you see fit to keep me in a constant state of consternation. With each unauthorized act, you jeopardize our hold of Fairfield.
Yes, but you must understand, the Protectorate citizenry is a hair's breadth from defection. Within the week, I'm certain.
Certain. Like the week prior and the week before that. Impressive foresight you wield. Should apply to join the Order of the Ascendant.
It would be difficult enough to convert the stubborn populace without your soldiers' constant, ill-advised forays.
Enough! Your yipping reminds me of my 2 old canids. I loved those canids. You, on the other hand, are trying my patience. We don't want to try Auntie's patience, do we?
think of Crabbles as
No,
Auntie.
Auntie.
Yes, I thought not. Now, unless you care to see what life in the lower rungs looks like, you will both of you cease your foolish maneuvering immediately. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Auntie.
Good. See that it is done. I will brook no more disappointments. And while you're at it, you might want to look into your security situation, Commander. I'm not accustomed to an audience when addressing my subordinates.
Who in the void? Eavesdropping on Auntie's choice business is like to get a body shot for spying. Though you're not wanting for moxie. I'll give you that.
Now, hold a moment, Carr. When opportunity comes visiting, perhaps it's better not to riddle it full of holes. Our new compatriot may be of assistance.
A surprisingly good point. Especially from you. She only forbade us using our own personnel. Be a whole other matter were a stranger to happen to aid one of us. But which? Well, you seem an observant sort, so I expect you'll tire of Milver Street's bluster soon enough. Come see me before agreeing to whatever absurdity he proposes. Unlike him, I have some work actually befitting your time. I'll be waiting.
Crack the shell and see what's inside.
Alone at last. I never thought she'd leave. Now then, allow me to introduce myself. I am D.B. Milver Street, Minister of Marketing, Duke of Demographics, Commercial Condottiere, President of Promotional Material. Tell me, do you believe in signs?
Plasma glands. Good crafting fixins. You're limited only
Signs.
by your ingenuity and risk
Uh,
tolerance for being
I kind of made a decision early on in the game, so I am a renegade, was one of my backgrounds, and I made the decision that whenever that pops up, I'm going to pick it. So here we go. Narrow eyes. Are you making fun of me? I like that response.
Thought the first rule of diplomacy is never to slight a potential ally, if it can be avoided. I do not believe in signs. I believe in opportunities. Right now, at this moment, you and I have an opportunity to save countless lives. But I'm hardly the type to beg and ask for nothing in return. Tell me, what do you desire of this island?
Or deny. Just think we can try. I like the first one because that's directly what we're doing. Don't mind whispering denials.
With that hat, Absolutely not.
Is this a bad time to mention I can read lips?
Come taste this candy. That's tobacco. If you started young.
Tisk tisk. I appreciate your devotion to remaining mum, but I simply cannot work with a freelancer who I do not intimately understand. I have some faint recollections of the fuzz beneath my hat. Perhaps I saw such a name amidst my perusal of the Protectorate domicile assignment records. The record room is in this building. You have my permission to peruse at your leisure. But surely a go-getter like yourself has more ambitious goals on our island. Share them with me, and we can brave them together. Ambitious, aren't we? Easily the best protected location on Paradise Island. Hardly a place for a stroll. But if you assist me, I promise to get you inside. Better yet, helping me shall result in our saving dozens, no, hundreds of lives. Your conscience shall be renewed.
To get your candy. That's tobacco. Be a rule. Smoke our tobacco. It's what your friends all love to do. Behind your back, they make fun of you.
Auntie may demand car and I do nothing. But for each moment I remain inactive, dozens fall in meaningless combat. I seek a persuasive method of alleviating this conflict. The Protectorate utilizes a procedure known as mental refreshment to ease the temperament of wayward subjects. The Ministry of Accuracy contains vital information about the process and where it is performed. This is the prize I seek. I previously sent a grafted soldier, Trooper Sealong, to retrieve said information, but I have not heard from her in some time. Consequently, I must presume the worst.
That's tobacco. Your favorite candy. That's tobacco.
Grafted soldiers were the subjects of the Enhanced Soldier Program, so named as its intent was to utilize nature to enhance a soldier's natural talents. Unfortunately, the program resulted in many casualties, and what few successes we had were, literally short-lived.
Broadcasting only the most profitable news, music, and honest product endorsements, this is Wireless Free Arcadia, the voice of Auntie's Choice.
Protectorate subjects willingly submit themselves to a kind of mental reset designed to bring them closer to the Protectorate ideal. But I have reason to believe that their system is less rigid than Protectorate leadership would claim. It's ripe for exploitation. Is there a more beautiful phrase?
We're unscrupulous interlopers, intent on stealing the
Yes.
bread.
One additional word of warning.
No.
The good Commander Carr shall not take kindly to your working with me, though that is a bridge most worth burning in my estimate.
Meaning, purpose. We say that's a fancy way of stating you're their slave.
An opportunity to attain my goals and stick my finger in Babylon's eye? Today's as grand as when I led in the performance department showing of Life of a Salesman. Find your way to the Ministry of Accuracy. And if Trooper Sealong is still alive, do send her back here to debrief. She's still contracted to us after all.
Personally, it's never too late to
This guy's gonna fit my playstyle really, really well. Working with him,
join us.
he's a salesman. You know, I kind of have a shady background. Don't necessarily want to be evil by any means, but I'm gonna do what it takes to get the job done and get my reward, right? So I kind of like this.
Wireless station in Arcadia that doesn't tell you what to think, only what to buy.
Deliver Street. Anyways, I like it.
Watch out for that Auntie Cleo. I know she don't look it, but she's more dangerous than she seems. Even the whole of Spacer's Choice couldn't outmaneuver her.
Well, if it ain't DB Milver Street's newest sycophant. I'm Officer Babylon Carr, and you can consider that introduction the start and end of our personable relationship. If you'd spoken with me like I suggested, mayhaps the two of us could bandy words, but you didn't. And taking sides with Milver Street means I got no use for you.
Wow. So that is a hard branch in the tree, right? I just made a decision that I think has probably altered my whole gameplay. Early on. I love that. Normally you can talk to them and be like, but I changed my mind. Nope. I don't think it's going to happen here. Alright. Oh, there it is. House red trim, circle window. Damn. Bed.
Tropical moon when physicians come over. Strawberries safe to be barefoot in the sand. While holding
We won't go still and stuff, but we know.
ain't like that.
Oh, I marked it. I guess I didn't have to take notes, but we did. Making bullets. We gotta do that, so we got our melee weapon.
Tranquilization, so sweet and swift. Still be on time for your next shift. Num rum. Taste more and feel less. Num rum. No worries, no stress. Num rum. Relax with success. Num rum. Num rum. Taste more and feel less. Num rum.
I'm not against stealing with this character.
Num rum.
I don't want to get into trouble yet.
Num rum.
Wait, where did the house mark go? Oh, it's that one. Maybe it wasn't.
Ectoplasm. Wait. Nope. Just Taro excrement.
Why choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's choice?
So we need either the brawny trait or engineering 3, which we do not have. Get into that door. Curious though. What is this thing scanning?
Heavens. Auntie, you scared the living daylights out of me. Shouldn't sneak up on a man like that. Good way to earn a bullet betwixt the eyes. You know, you might be right. I'm reliably certain I did not want to find out. Guess I should apologize for all that hullabaloo before. Just mistook you for another unfleshly manifestation. Look, I know how it sounds, like I'm a few crabbles short of a hurt, but just hear me out. It all started the other night. Saw a personage leaving the greenhouse, late. Figured it for Emily, but when I asked her about it, she didn't know what I was talking about. Happened again the next night. Gave chase that time, but lost him hereabouts. I turned a corner and they'd up and vanished. I've knocked on doors, peeped a few windows, respectfully, mind you. And I ain't spied anything more exciting than a chair. But then, a being of pure information probably wouldn't linger on this plane any longer than necessary. Too tiresome, would be my guess. Well, maybe. I still don't know all the particulars yet, but it's one theory. I certainly won't say no to having a fresh set of lamps on the scene. Just be careful. Hate to see you disappeared like that foodstuffs.
These aren't red, so can I take these? Go with the yes. Yes, I did not think these. I was imagining. Third War, and I have even heard it. Island should be.
Saw you coming this time.
I suppose it was only a matter of time until we were discovered. But what an odd thing to die for. Apples. Spare me such timid drivel. We needn't waste time bandying lies. Of course, I know why you're really here.
You have come to exact retribution for our larceny at your greenhouse. How coincidental. When we've finished here, your fellows will call your death the same.
That began. I think it's still streaming right, but I messed up my view. There we go. Now it's good.
The greenhouse's stolen bounty offered a healthy alternative to gorging ourselves on that vending machine poison. Alas, I was spotted on 1 or 2 forays. Starving? Hardly. We have greater stores of strength than you suppose. This hunger is a momentary distraction, nothing more. If you are conniving for some concession of weakness, you will be a long time waiting.
Thought I saw you disappear in here. Oh. Seems I've stumbled into quite the shindig. You lot been hiding out in here all this time? Touch cramped, ain't it? You've got me there. Nothing enigmatical about a trio of Protectorate stowaways.
The more I listen to invaders blathering, the more convinced I become of the need to rid our fair island of your wretched stupidity by any means necessary.
Not very copacetic, are you folks?
If this exchange is not to your liking, I can accommodate you with a bullet instead.
Welcome to the stream. I did much more of the Outer Worlds too. You're just tuning in. I appreciate having you.
Spare me your insults. They mean less than nothing coming from the mouth of a corporate pet. I would sever my own hands at the wrist rather than sign a corporate contract. A generous offer, but we prefer to die in the service of the Sovereign. This was always going to end in blood.
Ready to waste. Point your command.
Guess I had this mystery all along. A small part of me was hoping... Nah, never mind. It's downright foolish. I lost a friend in the invasion. A good friend. Thought maybe all this was her trying to send me a message of some kind. Like I said, foolish. I appreciate that. Never really talked about the direction of my thoughts on this topic with no one before. Wow, it's like I'm lighter. Thank you for everything. Truly.
Alright, we got 2 points.
Whether it's an orifice or a face, Auntie's choice makes us greedy for it.
House.
You can't spell heinous assassin without Auntie's choice.
Requirements. Second.
No offense to Val, but it's real nice having someone watching my back who ain't in constant need of recalibration. Anyway, need something, Commander?
Auntie's choice knows that a better you is just 3 pills and an ointment.
Sure. Always happy to tool around for a bit. What did you have in mind? Being this close to DeVries? Anyway, need something, Commander? It was less merger and more hostile takeover. I don't have all the details, but it sounds like Spacer's Choice tried to outmaneuver Auntie Cleo through quasi-legal means and got a hell of a lot more than they bargained for. And now her new brand's been turned into an invasion force bent on conquering the entire system. Funny how life works out. Oh, yeah? What's needling you? Fair point. Guess Horizon Point didn't exactly foster a lasting fellowship, did it? All jesting aside, what's there to tell? Spent the first year getting back up on my feet, literally. Been mostly laying low since then, maintaining my cover. Before the invasion, at least, the Earth Directorate still needed someone to watch the colony, and I had 2 working lamps. Not always. Went a couple of stretches there on low power to avoid detection from Protectorate patrols. I usually shut her down for a few cycles then. The way you're gawping at me right now makes me think I answered that question wrong.
Take the pressure off with Anti-Fizzos, bottled under more than 3 atmospheres of pressure.
I appreciate the concern. Won't lie, had some hard years. Got caught up in a few lost causes, the particulars of which I'd rather not go into now, if it's all the same. I found you. Oh, and Val's been stalling less since I patched her acclimator. Ship doesn't smell anymore. That's about it. Spratwurst. Yeah, I figured. That's why I didn't say anything about it before. Just pay no mind to that odd scarring in the galley. I'm still working on getting that stain out. I could ask you the same thing. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I'd gone back to my old life instead of becoming an agent. Stayed on Triangulum, become an engineer or something near to it. I knew joining up with the Earth Directorate wasn't going to be a life of low turbulence, but at least it'd have dignity and purpose to it. Could have maybe done with a smidge less excitement back on Horizon Point. But back to your initial question, do I regret becoming an agent? Yeah, some days. But then there's days like the one when I found you, and, well, not much to regret there. Only thing I know for sure is my opinion today is colored by more than just the rosy tint of a low-run kid looking up at the stars. Life's not fair, but it keeps on. You buttering me up for a favor? I'll tell you right now, I'm not taking extra shifts cleaning the head.
I mean, in this game, lots of game stuff.
Noted? Oh, and thanks for what you said. Maybe I'm not as far away from where I started as I thought. I've got time. Like most colonies, good people being ground down from above. A lot of fancy talk from suits about streamlining and quarterly earnings while them on the line barely scrape by. Triangulum's known for churning out freighters, and shipbuilding ain't exactly known for being clean, safe work neither. Especially when corners get cut. Can't remember a time I didn't end the day all banged up, filthy, and smelling like I just crawled out of an exhaust port. It was hard work, sure. But there was something special about seeing one of them long haulers fire up her engines for the first time and knowing you had a hand in her construction. Funny thing was, I wasn't even an engineer back then. But I wanted to learn, so I paid attention. Too good of attention, as it turned out. I was working late one evening and overheard something I shouldn't have. Some bigwigs exchanging inside information that would have cost the corporation a pretty bit. A day later, I was being accused of corporate espionage. Didn't want to bring any heat down on anyone else, so I went on the run before the first jackboots showed up at my door. Not as worried as I was about what would happen if I was caught. Probably they would have spaced me and called it a day. I was on the run for, I don't even know how long. The days sort of bled into one another. I started losing hope of things ever changing for the better. Then, the Earth Directorate showed up. They liberated Triangulum, pulling me and the rest of the colony out from under the corporate boot. Joining up after that just made sense. She was one of the forward agents who went ahead to assess just how bad Triangulum had gotten. We met while I was in hiding, and I helped her learn the lay of the land, as it were. She was no nonsense. I thought her one of the smartest people I'd ever met. And while she could also be cutting, I felt like I only caught her edge when I deserved it. I liked her. And for some reason, she seemed to take a shine to me. But she wasn't around long. By the time I officially joined up, she'd already moved on to the next mission. Sure was. Kept hoping I might run into her during training. But now I know she was busy turning her coat here in Arcadia. My folks shuffled off the motor coil when I was little. Assembly line accident. Got passed between some distant relations for a few years. They tried their best. Weren't cruel or nothing, but life on Triangulum was tough. And they had their own families to worry about, you know? I didn't like feeling like I was adding to their burden, so I struck out on my own just as soon as I could. And well, you know how that turned out. Yeah. Thoughts crossed my mind over the years, especially when it was just me and Val. I wish I spent more time with her when I had the chance. No point missing something you're never getting back, though. That's either hope or foolishness, Commander, and I can't tell which. Even if we survive the rift, 10 years is a long time to be gone. No word. They probably figure I'm dead. Void it all. Now you got me thinking about it. How about this? We ever make it out of this system, I'll take you back to Triangulum, make the introductions myself. Deal? Oh yeah. They're gonna get a real charge out of you.
To get him to do this.
Injuries detected. Please seek. How may this unit assist you, Commander?
Anyway, so it doesn't really matter.